The first visits to the sick. During the 4 weeks of their stay at Bethany in Perea, Andrew assigned about 2 apostles several times a week to go to Jericho for a day or two. John the Baptist had many followers in Jericho, and most of them welcomed the more advanced teachings of Jesus and his apostles. During these visits to Jericho, the apostles began following Jesus' instructions to help the sick. They visited sick people in their homes and tried to cheer them up. The apostles did perform some public work in Jericho, but their efforts were mainly of a quieter and more personal nature. They now discovered that the good news of the kingdom was very comforting and encouraging to sick people, and that their message brought healing. Also, when they left the Jordan River and headed toward Jerusalem, they interrupted their journey at Jericho. Their intention was to stay there for a day, but they were overtaken by a delegation from Mesopotamia who had come to speak with Jesus. When these seekers of truth from the east arrived, Jesus taught them in Jericho for 3 days, and they returned to their various dwelling places along the Euphrates, rejoicing in the knowledge of the new truths of the kingdom of heaven. On Monday, the last day of March, Jesus and the apostles began their journey through the hills toward Jerusalem. Jesus' old childhood friend Lazarus, who still lived in the other Bethany, had twice come to the Jordan to visit Jesus, and he had invited them to come and stay at his house. All arrangements had been made so that Jesus and his apostles could store their headquarters in the home of Lazarus and his sisters at Bethany for the time they would spend in Jerusalem. The large group of disciples, led by John the Baptist's disciples, remained in the camp at the river crossing. So Jesus was accompanied only by the 12 when he arrived at the house of Lazarus. Here Jesus and the apostles stayed 5 days to rest and refresh themselves before continuing on to Jerusalem for the Passover. It was a great event in the lives of Martha and Mary that their childhood friend Jesus, accompanied by his apostles, came to stay in their home. On Sunday morning, April 6, Jesus and the apostles descended to Jerusalem, and this was the first time the Master, accompanied by his 12 apostles, walked into the Jewish capital.